720 KBEC.
Time factor.
Here
he goes.
I want to share a
I
story
will
with
share.
you.
I will share that part 2 of this war on Christmas thing because, you know why? Because it may make some sense to you, because you know why? Because it's a freedom of speech. You know why? Because it's so absurd to me. So absurd to me about Christmas, about all that stuff. So get ready for part 2 of War on Christmas. Now, according to, as I said last Thursday on Thursday Night News Live Wire, because ESPN tried to reverse to allow Catholic group to air an ad heralding the birth of Christ. This is according to Associated Press. You all know why? Because anyone else could be civilized. The war on Christmas. And whatever happens to this one, this is ridiculous. This. I want you to take a look at Bill O'Reilly's talking points memo from the O'Reilly Factor, and I want you to listen to this. It may grow a hair on you. Listen to this. Just trust me about that, because it pays to be nice to people. Just take a look and watch this. Listen to this.
As we reported last night, the ESPN network refused to run an ad by the Cardinal Glennon Children's Medical Center in St. Louis. ESPN would not provide a spokesman and will not define exactly why they rejected this advertisement.
Now, this is an advertisement. ESPN did this on purpose. Because as I said last Thursday on Thursday Night News Live Wire last night, this is so stupid. You cannot run an ad because it has a reverse course about this Catholic charity to air an ad heralding the birth of Christ during a college basketball game this weekend. That's what the official said. This is the Cardinal Glennon Children's Foundation in St. Louis, Missouri, producing a 30-second spot, asking the viewers to write a message to sick children and to help reveal God's healing presence this Christmas. And why? Because the note says that the SSM, you know who, Cardinal Glennon Children's Center, celebrate the birth of Jesus in the season of giving. Sounds simple to you? Take a look and listen to this.
Each Christmas, thousands in our community send messages of hope to sick and injured children who may not be able to come home for the holidays. At SSM Cardinal Glennon Children's Medical Center, we celebrate the birth of Jesus and the season of giving, bringing hope to the many children, parents, and families that we serve. Our patients are filled with hope as they receive a message each day from the treasure chest beneath our tree of hope.
They made me smile.
Help us reveal God's healing presence this Christmas. Send your message of hope at glennon.org.
You might think it's so smart about this one. Now here's Bill O'Reilly has the response of this one.
Now, ESPN has a legal right to reject the ad. It's their candy store. They can pretty much do what they want. But it is a foolish decision, as millions of their viewers think the way that I do. What's the beef? The birth of Jesus offends you? Have you not heard of the federal holiday? It doesn't make business sense either, as 80% of this country is Christian.
Get this, 80% Christian, as I was. This commercial doesn't even make sense. Why in the world is it doing anything particular? Doesn't even make sense at all. There's more.
So who are you pandering to, ESPN?
That's what I want to know. I want to know who did this on purpose. Here's an option. Peter Shakeman, managing consultant for ESPN. So, and I want to hear some of the response. If I were you, I'd take no for answers. Just hear my words. Hear Peter's words. And you might think it's so smart about this one. Prove me wrong. Listen to this.
Right to do it. It is their station, as
And
you
I just
said.
pointed that out,
But
correct?
But they're not pandering. 80% of the country might
Yeah.
be Christian. That's very true. But ESPN doesn't serve Christians. ESPN serves sports fans. And
And why?
ESPN produces sports shows. And they have the right to air commercials, which they do, and people expect to see commercials. People don't expect to see religion. It's two different things. And ESPN has a set of standards and practices. They chose to put those into place. And
Oh,
that's
they
what
did
came
not
out.
define standard.
Peter, there is one thing you forgot. That is so wrong. As I said on my Thursday Night News Livewire television show last Thursday night, that you are wrong. You might think it's so religious about post a commercial on ESPN. This is so ridiculous. Here's my take on this one.
Practices to us.
They have standards and practices for every commercial that
Okay,
goes on.
then why won't they tell us what those are so we can see if this ad comes under those
They're their
standard
own.
practices?
They don't have to. I'm not saying sorry, wrong. They don't have to share it just like Fox does.
You're a marketing guy, all right? This is stupid marketing, is it not?
It's a bigger. Here's the thing. We're going to make it a couple of days story right here.
Yes.
And it'll be forgotten about. Had it been
No,
shown,
it won't be forgotten about.
it'll be forgotten.
No,
about.
it won't.
Had it been
It's
shown,
already on Drudge.
it's going to be
It's
forgotten
already-
about. The people who watch ESPN don't care. They're sports fans.
Most of the people.
I don't care they're sports fans of theirs. Don't you think it's obvious? I don't care they're sports fans at a time like this. And it says right here, the foundation to help supporting teaching hospital financially. And the cable sports network initially rejected the ad last week, saying that it didn't meet this advocacy standards. And you know why? That's why the charity for alternative version, according to the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, reported today. And however, the criticism under my constituents like Sarah Palin, Bill O'Reilly, or myself, you call this so, and you might think so rejected. So-called secular war on Christmas. This is so stupid. So stupid. Now here, now it's so stupid. Now, here's a guy that you don't want to know about this one. And these two morons are wrong. Seriously, these two morons are wrong. Seriously. Here's my take on this one.
Calls in? Is that what you're telling me?
No, what it's going to do, it's going to keep people who would object from tuning out.
People
I mean,
would
maybe what they're
reject?
afraid of is if you like a religious commercial, you go to church and you won't watch a ball game on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. That's what
They
they're
are
getting.
selling eyeballs. They care about
All right,
revenue.
well, if there's
Hey, guess what? You are so wrong. What's his face? Bruce. I don't know who you are. Bruce Turkle. Turkle Brands, advertising agency CEO. Give me one good reason why. Give me one good reason why you try to advertise on ESPN. And that is falseless. And you call that secular war on Christmas? That is dumb. And I bet the advertising should run a schedule on ESPNU between Virginia Commonwealth and northern Iowa. And why? Everybody knows. So you, Bruce and Peter, are wrong. You're absolutely positively wrong. And I'm ashamed of you. I'm ashamed of both of you. Why in the world you put this idiotic commercial inside ESPN? ESPN. And here's my thought. Buck says to the vice president of ESPN, vice president of communications, Josh Krulitz, told him by the phone last Thursday that the ad could air And the decision is you cannot do that. So everybody decides. Take a hard look. Within the standards, everybody apologizes to the mix-up. That's what Buck says. That's what Dan Buck says, the foundation's executive director. Sure. And everybody says, I appreciate you making the right decision. America will be happy to make this decision. And he's sorry to came up to this. That's what Buck said in Ad. On local stations without you know who, he said, didn't advocacy Christianity, but was a simple kind of a professing of our faith, and was celebrating a message. It's core of who we are. In other words, before reverse of ESPN, the foundation provided an alternative version containing no holiday message, but instead focusing on Cardinal Glennon's work, treating the hearts of children inside their heart conditions. And the moral story is, you, Peter, and Bruce, are dead wrong. You're dead. You're dead wrong. No, you cannot put an ad inside ESPN. And you might think it's war. I don't think so. You cannot put wars. Stop this war on madness. Madness, I'm sorry, the way it is. But my final thing is this.
Like that,
and the both of you should be ashamed of yourself. You should owe ESPN an apology. That's right. You should owe ESPN an apology. You're not gonna put a stupid ad on that ever again. And that's cruelty. That's harsh. That's so stupid. Even to realize that. And that's why you, Bruce, and Peter, inside of my naughty list. You're so naughty. You can't even spell it anyways. So.
do this. Can I tell you something?
And can I tell you something?
That scenario.
That scenario of this war on Christmas is so dumb. That is so dumb. You cannot put wars inside Christmas. Stupidest thing you ever heard. And guess what? Next weekend could be a third and last one, and so is our last show. Can we stop this war on Christmas? Can we stop this incident, atheist, all that crap? We can stop this war. We have peace in our time. Peace for Christmas. Be nice. Be nice. As far as we're concerned, you should be nice. That has got to be part 3. Conclusion.
So he.
And so, in the fact that in a way that matters. So that was my final next adventure, part 3, the conclusion of War on Christmas on next weekend's Time Factor Radio Show. And may I just remind all of you that next weekend could be simple. That's right, it could be simple. That's all. It's our last show of Time Factor Radio Show.
It's cell phone.
You know what? Trust me about that. If I were you, I'd take no for answers. And here's a reminder. Next week, this could be a whole different ballgame. Our last show, Time Factor Radio Show, including part 3, my final conclusion of More Christmas. Trust me about that. Like I said, commercial work. So, part 3, More Christmas. Next weekend, Time Factor Radio Show. Don't go away. I'm a radio show. I just want to get my drink.
with AP Radio News and California.